Hey everybody, Rex Bear Elite Project. How the heck are you? Beautiful day today here in Southern Colorado, as well as Southern Florida. We've got Jay Matta with us, and we're going to talk about it, breaking out of the matrix keys. Seems like we're in the matrix, Jay, and you've made it a beautiful place. That steak tastes great where you're at. It may not be real, but it tastes great, and you've made it very real. So how are you doing today?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Yeah, man. And it is. And that's what it is. We're talking off air. It's like, looking at it as a video game, man. Just grab your tokens, everybody, and make it there. It'll take the stress off life. It'll help you become more prosperous when you're not so attached or ingrained for these things that are happening that, very possibly you're creating, right? So just go with the rhythm. I think you'll find it. But yeah, I know you and I have been talking a lot about really, just the blessing to be able to be a voice for so many people from, your show, from our network, and, just really seeing people really helping them along the way. So I know you and I kind of talked about a collaboration and saying, look, let's really help. You know what I mean? We've been able to crack the code with some of these things to really help people maneuver through this concept of a matrix and create some abundance,
Yeah, there's been a lot of emails, a lot of comments, people that have asked me to give them some ideas for podcasts
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people want to start doing their own shows. They want to get their own
Yeah.
voice out there, their own passion, and that's the beauty of today's day and age. I mean, we have the internet. We have you can go spend $500 on a computer now, and you can make videos that get more views than production crews that spend hundreds of thousands, sometimes
Yeah.
millions of dollars on their videos. And you got
Right.
a budget of $500 or $1,000 now. I don't know. Did you see the original Clerks that came out in the I
Yeah.
think the late '90s, black and white film? No, Silent
Yeah.
Jay and Bob.
Alan J and Bob.
$5,000, and
That's
so now we can do that on even less money. It's incredible. We have a global audience. We have people from around the world. And so Jay and I are going to help people. And folks, if you haven't seen Jay's website, it's an incredible production site. It's called Gnostic TV. Definitely check it out. Jay's been doing interviews now for years, probably longer than me. And we're putting together a course. It's already put together. So we're actually just, we're filling up a course right now to help people do their own show, have their own show, their own videos, their own podcasts, how to network it, how to meet people, how to share their ideas and actually be the change they want to see.
100%. Yeah, it's going to be good. And a little backstory to why this is happening is because we all make changes in life. We get to a point in our life where it's the next evolution, if you would. People are in a job and they're ready to make that change and they're just afraid because you don't know what to do, and rightfully so. So, my background is I had an insurance agency and a money lending company. I was making a lot of money, and this was before all the YouTube things started to happen. But I really realized, Rex, I had to figure out this internet thing. And then the thing that instantly I was able to realize was like, first of all, I need to ask everybody questions about what they're doing and how they're making money on this. So I started a show. Well, I really started interviewing people, which turned into a show. But next thing you know, that show turned into money. And next thing you know, that money turned into multiple streams of money. And it all happened because of a show. So here we are almost 15 years later now. And that formula just hasn't changed. So meaning that, the most successful way for people to, I look at how many people are in these side gigs or in, whatever different network companies or whatever they're trying to do with everything. And you think about it, it's like, well, why doesn't it work for them, or why they're not having the breakthrough on that? And the answer generally is just because you don't have a show. And I'll tell you what that means to you is that whatever you're selling, if you have like a side gig or a primary gig, you're a coach or a networker or whatever it is, you have to come across as what's called a credible source of information, meaning that people have got to know you, like you, and trust you. You have to, you just can't be the person that's posting on social media and say, look at my shiny new object. People just don't buy that way anymore. They just don't. So what they're looking for is someone to be an advocate of it. And that's where having a show helps you find your voice. When you find your voice, I'm of the opinion is you find your vibrational match. And what I mean by that is you find the people that are seeking you out, right? They've just been waiting for you. And next thing you know, you start talking, they come to you. And next thing you know, you get a rhythm going. And next thing you know, this show became a store. Next thing you know, Maybe you wanted to be maybe you wanted to say, okay, hey, I'd like to be like a coach of some sort, or I'd like to, or I came up with this new idea, or I'm trying to, whatever it is, you want to start a business. There's not a more of an effective, most cost effective way for you to distribute yourself and your product other than having a show. So, you know, for me, it's always been, I would say, over these last 15 years, and I'm really so grateful I got a chance to meet you on this journey in life, because I know we're aligned on a lot of this thing, but really helping people. You know what I mean? It's like, we've been blessed enough, fortunate enough, whatever the word you feel compelled to look at, is to understand that when you make a transition in life, that we found solutions that are working and that are helping. And so, for those out there that feel like, they need a solution, they want to have a better life, they want to find their purpose, they realize it's not about punching that clock anymore. Nothing wrong punching the clock, we all have to do it at some point in our lives, but there is a purpose out there, finding your voice, making money, making more money, right? Making multiple streams of making 3 4 5 streams of income without having 3 4 5 jobs, right? How do you do all that? And that's overwhelming for people. That's why people don't explore different things, because they realize that, well, that's time. I keep trading this time for money, and that's not always practical. With a show, you don't have to do that. You can be so effective with your time, and that's what we're going to be teaching to the right people. I mean, like anything, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a vibrational match, and you know, I think for both of us, we were talking about, it's almost like the give back phase of our careers in this, because you obviously have a highly successful channel on YouTube. We've got a really profound network that's making a big impact. I mean, we've been blessed by the people that watching us, and so I would say, my thoughts on this, Rex, is for those watching and would like to learn about the way we do it. They tune in constantly the way of our different shows, and want to know what we do and find a better way for them, their family. And I say this with the most humblest place. I mean, we're true, tried, and tested. Like we've got it going on as it comes to broadcasting. So they're going to be taught by us, and I'm excited by that, to collaborate with you on this at that level, to really make an impact in people's lives.
I find it remarkable that you went from an insurance company, you're running an insurance business, making tons of money, to now you are living in Florida, living the dream. You've stepped away from that, and you're very successful doing what you love to do. And I can imagine being in insurance. First of all, you got to cross your T's and dot your I's, but that's got to be a pretty intense business. I've had multiple sales jobs. People that watch Leak Project, I had probably between, and I'm not even exaggerating here, between 80 and 100 different jobs by the time I started Leak Project. And like everything from timeshare sales to phone book cover sales to landscaping to working at a movie theater or a restaurant. I mean, everything in between, man. And the last several years of my working for the man, I was in the travel industry, but it was, I learned a lot. I did a lot of different things. Construction, I was not there, I'm like a caged animal, dude. So to put me inside, when I did, they tried to get me in car sales for a while, where I was like 10 hours a day inside of this cage. And oh man, it gives me the creeps just thinking about, but I love
That's a
cars,
different kind of tough right there, man. Car sales, that's a different kind of tough.
Oh man, and everybody there, they're like, retired convicts, they're smoking 2 packs a day. And I'm just like this pothead that's like, dude, I just want to sell cars, man, and be cool with people.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Anyway, that's for a whole other podcast. But I've learned a lot about along the way. And I've met a lot of amazing people, done a lot of amazing things. But when I got into Leak Project, um, man, it was basically, I told the guy that I worked for to go F off, because he was being a real a-hole to me at the time. And my father-in-law was passing at the time. And they were basically like, well, when you're dead, Rex. So what does it matter? Just go back and sell something. And I'm like, what? Dude, I told them where to go, and I quit, and I never looked back. And I wish I could go back now and spend even more time with my father-in-law before he passed, because he was one of the most amazing people ever, right? And like he passed within a matter of like 10 days. So it was really quick. And when you're working for the man and you're punching a clock, sometimes there's not that, like, that's all you really think about. And then, think about this, Jay, when you're working for the man, how often do you say, "Oh, so what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living?" Well,
Yeah.
what do I do for a living is far different than where I go to get a paycheck. But
Yeah.
if you love what you do, then you're not working. You're
Yeah.
you're you're enjoying. You could do 12, 14-hour days, and you just it's your passion, it's your motivation, and people see that.
Yeah.
And Jay, I got to tell you, man, the other day when I talked to the mover again, because I'm using the same movers that I moved, like that I've used two other times in the past, and I'm moving again. Last time that they moved, they helped us move. I remember talking to the guy, and he's real passionate about moving, right? And the first time that I saw him, the second time, I could tell that he had gotten a little bit bigger. And I was like, man, you seem to really enjoy being a mover and doing. And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, have you ever thought about doing a podcast? He's like, oh yeah, I love that. And
Yeah.
he's like, well, what do you do? And I was like, well, I do a lot of things, but YouTube's one of those. And he's like, really? I want to start a YouTube channel. And so we just made this like instant bond. And so many people that I talk to that I meet outside of YouTube, when I tell them I do video and audio and podcasts and what I do, and a lot of it is on YouTube, they love that and they want to get involved. And I know people that have gotten involved and they're so successful now with their platforms because they do what they love to do.
They do what they love.
And that's once you find that niche, like you said this, I think the first time we did a podcast, something about people should, I don't remember exactly what you said, but like people aren't made necessarily to work, even if
I
you're a
don't believe,
squirrel.
yeah, I do believe that. I believe people are designed to find a purpose. I mean, think about it. I mean, if you're working for some place that you don't like and you're just getting a check, I mean, number one, think about the stage you're at. I mean, it's different when you're in your 20s and 30s. I get it. I mean, you're just in the rhythm, you're still meeting people. But when you get to a point in your life, you know, like I'm 53, man. I can psychologically say I'm pretty unemployable at this point in time. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I don't even know what I would do. You know what I mean? And so I gotta find my own gig. So there's a level of self-esteem that comes along with that at a certain age. You know what I mean? Like you want to at least have something that is your own. You know what I mean? Whether it be albeit part-time or albeit full-time, however that evolves, right? But you want to have something that is your own, that is legit, that allows you to do this. So the benefits of a show when we had the insurance and money lending is great. Yeah, it's great money in that, but I just didn't want to see myself doing that all the time. I just didn't. It didn't feel like purpose. It felt like a very high paying job at best, but it was always like the next thing is like, okay, where's my next client coming from, or what's this doing, or who do I got to? You get in the rhythm to wind all that up, and you always feel like you're on. You know what I mean? And when you have your own show, you actually get to be yourself, right? So it is highly therapeutic. I got to tell you, more than anything, I keep talking like, my wife and I do the show together, and we all, she'll be the first to tell you, she's like, this is just the most incredible couples therapy ever. Because it doesn't matter what you got going on. When you get in that moment, you're in the present. It's like things don't seem to matter. You're getting into a different state of mind. And the other thing, the other people think about, well, if I do a show, what am I going to do? What am I going to talk about? And I always say this from experiences: once you start, you're going to start talking yourself through it. Literally, you literally are going to talk yourself through it. And next thing you know, may not be the first one, may not be the second one, but right around in the first few of them, you're going to get your like, aha, this is what I'm supposed to talk about. This is what my purpose is. You start to channel it. You start to get divine inspiration from it. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience. And next thing you know, you have now a something that is yours. You may still, like I said, if you're working for someone, it's fine. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to keep your families tight, right? But at the end of the day, you still got something that's yours that you can hold proud in your hand. And then from there, next thing you know, when you love what you do, money just seems to come a hell of a lot easier. It really does, because you're not coming from a place of need. You're coming from a place of projection. And you know how it is. I mean, everybody watching these shows, they can feel the vibe from people when they're on and not. You know what I mean? They know. And so, it just comes from that place. So, over the last, I would say 15 years for me, since I felt like, pretty early on, I felt like, wow, I was able to be fortunate enough to go from one career into another career relatively quickly and still make money. Is I was like, I got to share this with people. And that's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? I got to like tell people like, hey, you know what? You can do this. This is and because of the internet, this ain't going away. You know what I mean? It's a gig. It's not it's a great gig. You find your own tribe, man. You find your own people. You find your own purpose, and and enjoy the ride, and you find your voice and you find out what you are. I can't think of a better way. No church, no religion, no anything has taught me what I learned from being in a show of finding my purpose. What am I supposed to do? And how am I helping people?
And absolutely. And there's so many options now too, like not just YouTube, but you've got various platforms to monetize now. And you also have podcasts that you can do. So you don't need to just do video, you can do audio, and there's audio formats to make money on. But one of the things that I really love about doing podcasts, I go back and I look at all the interviews that I've done with all the amazing people and brilliant minds, people that, like one gentleman, for example, Paul Hellyer. I did an interview with Paul Hellyer, and he was like fourth or fifth ranked in the Canadian government years ago underneath the very, I don't know, not the president, but what is the top person in Canada? Is it the, let's see here,
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister? Thank you. And
Yeah, I got
just a beautiful soul. And we did some videos when he was in his 90s, and before he moved to the next level, and just some of the amazing people and amazing experiences and what I've learned. So when I first started doing podcasts with Leak Project, anyway, my mindset towards much of the extraterrestrial or paranormal realm has changed. Like I'm a lot more how do you put it? A lot more skeptical, but in a healthy way,
right, right,
where
right.
I'm not just going to shut something off because it sounds crazy. I might partially, but like you got to have an open mind. It's like a
You're
parachute.
open to the possibilities, right?
Yeah, like if your brain isn't open, it's like a parachute. Your mind, if it's not open, it doesn't work. So it's got to be open to work. But if it's so open, your brain's going to fall out on the sidewalk, and we don't want that to happen. So you got to use discernment, but at the same time, you got to have an open mind, and you'll learn a lot through your journeys. What else is cool though too is you don't have to do stuff on philosophy or paranormal. You could do a podcast on anything that you're passionate about. Do you like to travel? Are you into poetry? Do you like theater? Do you like to decode movies? Because that's a really fun thing to do also. So you take your passion, what you love to do. That's what I tell everybody that asks me, well, how did you get into it? Why do you do it? How are you successful with it? I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. And if you take what you're good at and you put it in video format and spend a little bit of time editing, and that's what Jay and I can do. We can show you how to edit it. We can show you how to title it. We can show you how to use hashtags and keywords, and we can show you how to write descriptions. We can show you how to use artificial intelligence to help you with your time and help you with your structure and your outline for many things. A lot of people are scared of AI. I was there 15 years ago. I thought that artificial intelligence was going to take us over and we were going to be like pod people. But now I think that if we are going to be pod people, it'll be a choice. It'll be like, it'll be timeshare. They'll be like, would you like to take the pod? Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, your turn.
pod,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Gotta be better than this, boy. Let's go. But then you'll have people like us, like, no, man, we don't want the pod. This is awesome out here. We use artificial intelligence to make the world amazing. It's called reality, not virtual reality. Have you
Yeah,
heard of
100%.
reality? Real reality. Wow. So yeah, have fun with it, but just
Yeah.
you got to have a structure. So I'm just going to give a quick introduction to the outline. So if you want to sign up for the course, it's going to be a 4-week online course. It's going to be via Zoom, and then we're also going to offer 2 weeks of independent.
Yeah, like a one-on-one. So
Yeah,
we're gonna offer a one-on-one. So should you choose that you're a fit for this course, and we're gonna take it in small pockets so we can give the attention to the people as they need it. Is that we'll have a one-on-one with you first, so you can help you extract what's in your mind, right? Help you bring that to the surface so you're prepared well for when you go through this experience. And then when you're done with that, then we'll do another one privately with you one-on-one to help you execute your plan and help you get to the next phase and literally your launch party, if you would. So yeah,
we'll
it's
see.
gonna
Like,
be.
oh, sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say real quick. So Jay is extremely knowledgeable with business and running a business and the details behind that and the schematics behind that. Very successful. He's very successful with different marketing businesses and strategies. And he's also extremely smart with philosophy and Gnostic TV. So he's been doing interviews for years. So there's some of the things that Jay is a mastermind at, I am not. Some of the things that I am a mastermind with, Jay might be as well.
I doubt
But
it.
so we're a good combos is where I'm going with
Yeah,
this. It's like
yeah,
you're gonna get to use the best of both of us to help you become the best you
yeah,
can be. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's
that
cool. It's
sounds
cool.
cheesy.
No, I don't think so at all, man. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's like, look, if I was watching this right now, I'm not even being funny, everybody watching this, but I'd be like, holy smokes. I mean, you got a couple of people that are, that have it, that have cracked the code, that are doing well in these things. I mean, to be able to teach you is a thing. Like I said, I mean, I believe I look at it from the point of like, we'll extend the olive branch, right? We'll extend the hand. You know, it's up to you all to meet and just say at least talk. And I would say have a conversation with us. Let's make sure we're even a fit, all of us. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be spending some time together intimately. You know what I mean? Getting to know you. You're going to be getting to know us, and make sure we're a fit and see if it fits into your plans. I mean, bring whoever you and your spouse or whoever, however you're thinking you want to do it, and we'll have a very private consultation initially, and let's just talk through it. Yeah,
Right. Right. And some of you might have a good idea on what you want to do, but you might not know like what tools to use.
yeah,
So we'll give you a list of the tools of the trade. We're going to help you craft your online presence. We're going to help you with your introduction to social media influencing various platforms. We're also going to help you with content creation and strategy. I will help personally give you a whole bunch of ideas if you are like, yeah, I've got all the other stuff, but I could definitely use some help with ideas. We'll help you create engaging podcasts. Like I said, I'm going to help you use artificial intelligence for content creation, how to use artificial intelligence. I think you're going to really appreciate that. We'll help you grow your audience and content strategy, topic ideas. We'll help you engage with your community and yeah, advanced
yeah.
techniques,
And
monetization.
I'll be working with you on everybody. I'll be working with you on once you understand that as the next thing is what your income opportunities are, like what can you do, like what is it going to be for you. We'll spend some time together on thinking about what is your superpower, what is your superhuman power that you can get paid for, right? And so let's figure that out. We'll dive deep into that part of it together, and so you can start to realize and you can really start to know and feel like it's what it's like for for, for when you do this and you do it the right way and you do it the way we've been doing it, again, you'll feel like you'll feel so blessed, and you'll probably want to do the same thing at some point in time and just be like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? This is how it's done. So technology has given us uh these abilities, these tools to find our purpose. We've been using them for years. We would like to share that with you, with the right people. And again, we're going to put them, and just so to kind of pre-frame it is, we'll probably do it. I'm like in groups of five-ish, if you would, just to give you all the attention you need. So it's very intimate, right? So you can ask those questions you want because everybody's scenarios are going to be unique. Who is this perfect for? Someone obviously who wants a breakthrough and they need to make a change. But those right now who are like, they're constantly online and you're posting everywhere, you're copy and pasting, you're posting, you're direct messaging everybody. Nobody's responding to you because you got your account shut down because you're spamming too many people. It's perfect for you because you get to talk to the masses. Okay, if you're in network marketing, if you're in direct selling, I mean, I want you to think about how your business is right now. If you're an online entrepreneur right now and your business is not breaking through and you've been doing it long enough, I mean, and for me, long enough is at least 90 days, right? If you've been doing it for, 90 days and you're not feeling that if factor and you're feeling like you can't see it, then I have on the opinion, this has been my experience. I look at something in 90 days, and with the internet, it just shouldn't take that long in today's world. It just shouldn't, right? So, I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, look, in 90, if you're working on something, trying to fight whatever you're doing to get your word out about your products, your services, maybe you're a consultant or whatever you do, coach, psychic, I don't know, but you can't break the model. get a show. If you can do a show, if you could do it, it will change your world. It'll change your life. The way people will look at you will be very differently. They'll hold you in a much higher level of a credible source of information. And I think you'll start to see that's what it is. So this is who it's for. It's for anybody right now that, again, it's multifaceted. It's like a great Swiss Army knife, right? But it's got but it's where you're at. But from a professional point of view, yeah, you want to do business online, brutal facts, get a show, put yourself in a position where you are a credible source of information. It's exactly how people buy in today's world.
So just send me an email, leakproject@gmail.com, and Jay and myself will get you onto into the course. We're going to have very small classes. So if you want to get in on one of the first classes, the sooner the better. First come, first serve. But also, like Jay said, let's have a talk first to make sure it'll be a great fit for all of us. And we'll all, like you especially, the person that's going to be signing up for this, let's make sure that you get the most possible, and let's help you be the best you can be and be the change that the world needs to see. Because I think that that's probably the most important thing.
I think so. I love it. I'm happy for all of you in advance that decide to talk through it, because at least you're taking those steps wherever it goes. But yeah, take the steps. Listen, there's a better life out there, everybody. If you're not feeling it, there's a really better life. There's a great life. It really is. Enjoy it.
At the beginning of this year, I took on a 3-month, 100-day experiment. I went back and sold furniture for 100 days. And I had to drive an hour and 15 minutes each way to work, because I'm in Pagosa and this is in Durango, so long distance. I sold more than the other 2 people there combined. But I was also like a caged animal when I was in there, literally. I'm like bouncing off the walls and stuff, and they're looking at me like, what's this guy doing? Oh, well, geez, it's all something. But we kept having conflict of interest with me wanting to go out to an archaeological site or meet up with family, and they're like, well, no, you have to work from here to here, from here to here. And I'm like, so I tried the experiment. It was, I did well, but it just wasn't worth it, because you've got to take away so much. Like, how much is your time worth?
It's you can't put a price on that. And again, like I said, can you imagine at our age, Rex? And we're not old by any means, but I'm just saying, still at our age, someone half our age telling us when we can go to lunch. You're allowed to take a break. You have to request a schedule. Can I take this weekend off? Can I get to take a little long? I got you. You're constantly explaining your life away to someone who just doesn't give a shit about you. Right? That's the reality of this whole thing. And all I'm saying is that was my motivator, is like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to put myself in that position to do that. Not for most importantly, because you know why? And now listen, if you're down for that, and if you love it and you're okay with it and you're at peace with it, then I congratulate you. You've got peace. You found resolve in your life, and you're better than most of the world. But if you're not, I did it because I was like, you know what? How the hell can I? Because number one, I wouldn't be happy with it. And if I'm not happy, how could I be the best for myself, my family, for the people that rely upon me most? Not only just financially, but emotionally, spiritually. You can't. It's not practical. You have to let like using your caged animal analogy, man. You have to. You got to find a way for your spirit to be released. It has to be released. It's getting stuck in there. It's getting frustrated. You're not letting it, you're not letting it soar. You're not letting it explore. Get a show and it'll come out. And next thing you know, you feel a sense of freedom,
Yeah. Yeah. Have fun with it, ladies and gentlemen. We could talk for hours about how awesome this is, and we will maybe off air, but I think we'll leave it at this for now. And send me an email, leakproject@gmail.com. Jay and myself will get you on the calendar. And then also check out Gnostic TV. Gnostic TV is awesome. That's
Thanks, brother.
One of Jay's many platforms that are amazing. And I also, just to let you know, I ordered like 5 different things from Live Good. And then I also ordered something for Kristen. So I will keep you all updated on that. But I've been riding my bike a lot lately. And some of the supplements that I take, when I'm on my rides, especially, like they've got these gels that you can take, and then
Yeah.
they've got these like gel cubes, and the gel cubes taste great. They taste like candy, but the gel that you just like, it's kind of gross and doesn't really very good on my stomach.
There's the word.
So, yeah, so I ordered this other stuff from Live Good, basically electrolytes and all these scoops and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and hopefully I get
Yeah.
some pretty good results on that. So I'll keep everybody updated on that.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there, and you too will find it once you get your own show. Seriously, awesome.
That's the last thing that I was going to bring up, folks. So one of the things that Jay can help out with, especially, is sponsors. So, folks, when if you do get your own show and you're like, oh, this is great, I got my own show. Now I know where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. I've got all this set, but what do I do about sponsorships? Well, there's a lot of great opportunities that Jay and myself can share with you
Yeah.
about that. And I think that'll be a big benefit for you as well.
Yeah, yeah. You know, when I first started our show, we had over 100 paying sponsors, and we hadn't even launched the first show yet. We're going to teach you all this kind of stuff where you're getting paid for your voice. It's just the most incredible thing. You're getting paid. You meet the greatest people in the world. You meet a whole new level of your soul tribe of these people that are waiting for you, and they're tracking with you. They're there with you. They get you. They can talk your language. They believe what you believe. You believe what they believe. You prosper together like this. This is how you do it. You find your vibrational matches.
Right on. 432, Jay.
That's right. That's right, brother. 432.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day and be the change you want to see. We'll see you
Right.
soon.